Welcome to the Reaction Radar. Today, we're diving into a political bromance turned battleground. Trump versus Musk. Who fired first? What went wrong? And how could this call shift the entire conservative landscape? Without any further ado, let's jump right into it.
Speak over the phone to hash out their differences that spilled over into the public.
Lucas Tomlinson is live in Washington with all the details for us. Hey, Lucas.
Well, good morning, Ainsley. Good morning, guys. Peace talks are in the offering today after President Trump and Elon Musk appeared headed for divorce after a bitter feud over X yesterday. The first shots were fired in the Oval Office.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore, but I'm very to Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office.
White House aides rushed to schedule a call today with the world's richest man to broker a peace deal. Both Trump and Musk were textually active Thursday afternoon, hurling invectives at one another. Here's Trump posting, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy." Musk responding, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate." Musk threatened to scrap his spacecraft used to ferry astronauts into orbit, saying, "In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately." And later, Musk walked it back. "Okay, we won't decommission Dragon." Here's Elon at 3:10. "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." Many Democrats pounced.
This divorce was predictable, if not inevitable, because it was always a marriage of convenience.
The Dems, we've been dumping all over Musk and vandalizing Teslas or whatever, and now suddenly we might be more back into him.
The roots of the feud are over Trump's big, beautiful bill. Musk says it adds trillions to the debt. Republicans say it includes nearly $2 trillion in savings.
I've had a lot of love and respect for you for what you've done for this country over the last several months, but you've lost your damn mind.
I tried very hard to speak with Elon over and over, and to talk with him about what I believe are misconceptions he has about this bill and what it is.
There are no plans for President Trump to launch airstrikes against Tesla dealerships nationwide, something you perhaps confirm with our defense secretary later in the show, guys.
Right. So, Lucas, you're shooting down the rumors that we're going to have airstrikes on Teslas. You're shooting this down?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Lucas.
We just want to underline that for people at home.
Right.
Ted Cruz was on with Sean last night, and he said it's
So what are your thoughts so far on this? If Elon did what he did, regardless of what party was right or wrong, but if it got to the point where it went to this far, and let's say Elon decided he wanted to apologize and make things right, do you think it would ever be right? Because this is something that's always going to be in the back of the other person's head, that when you were angry, you lashed out like this at one point in time. What's to say you're not going to do this in the future and moving forward? But what are your thoughts so far? Let's get back into this.
unfortunate. Both are extraordinary men. He said Elon is just this incredible businessman. You have Donald Trump, who's a phenomenal leader. He works daily. He's pulled our country back from the abyss. He said both are great leaders, and when they work together, it's better for our country. Caroline Levitt said Elon can speak for his companies as a businessman, but President Trump has the responsibility to fight for our country.
Maybe I am a little too optimistic, but they're both alpha males. They fight. It's dirty. I got a friend like this. I love him to death, but when we fight, it is, I don't know what gets over us. We don't do it publicly, but we love each other, and here's the reality, though. There's nowhere else to go in this breakup. It's not like Elon can suddenly become a Democrat or join some other party. We're in a binary system. He is our George Soros on the right, and Donald Trump is the Barack Obama of the party. There is no split. I think the call, based on my sources that I've talked to, is going to happen today. They're going to bury the hatchet. We wish this would have not happened publicly and happened privately, but you got two strong alpha.
I think anything that happened internally should have been kept internally. It shouldn't have went outside. This is a conversation that could have been had between the two of them. I wouldn't say in private necessarily, but you can have it on a round table. But this is not something that should have been brought out the way it did. And like they're saying, you have two alpha males. Neither one are going to back down. So who's going to take that step now to back down?
Alpha males that are deep in their convictions, and it just exploded online.
Right. A couple of things. It looks like foundationally, it looks like maybe Musk wanted to stay a little bit longer in some different capacity. Number two is he wanted a different person at NASA head. And to me, it would have been an easy thing to do. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, but the guy that he wanted has Democratic roots. And Trump said, at this point, I can't have anybody inside the tent that wants to potentially could stab me in the back. But I think when Bill Ackman came out and said, I support Trump and Musk, and they should have peace that would benefit our great country, and Musk comes back and says, you're not wrong. And I get the sense that things calmed down. The Epstein file thing was way over the top and just crazy. To say that Trump was in the Epstein files, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, sometimes when people get drunk, they do crazy things. But this is a total escalation. And I give, by Elon Musk, but I give Trump so much credit. For the most part, he's measured, wants to be here, appreciate what he did. EV mandate was eliminated. He's not happy about it. He says foundationally he doesn't like the bill. You know what? The bill might actually get better because of Musk. And I think we're working towards that right now. With Elon Musk, and I know it sounds crazy, he just doesn't understand politics. He has no idea about compromise. He doesn't understand that Donald Trump has to make Mike Lawler happy in New York. And he's got to make every conservative congressman in Texas happy. And he's got to conduct an orchestra where the bassoon is having a fight with the oboe and the trumpets don't like the saxophone. All Trump has to do is get the song done. And what Musk does is says, if I don't agree with the saxophone and the oboe, I don't want to play.
But Donald Trump is a businessman. Donald Trump is a businessman. And he's also, he has this ability to understand politics. So he has both. Elon's a businessman. He's used to just firing you if you're not doing a good job. We saw that with Doge. He's black or white. You know, there's no gray in the middle. And it's just like a relationship. Everyone's been in a relationship where in the very beginning, you're crazy about each other. You're talking marriage. You're talking about meeting the family. And then all of a sudden it takes a turn and you don't like each other anymore.
It's like what me and you always talk about sometimes. Us men, we can be sensitive sometimes. We just want to attaboy. We just want to, good job. Just a good job. And
words of affirmation.
And just some words of affirmation.
Did he give it to him in the Oval Office and a key?
He did, but Elon was upset about some certain issues, and he felt kind of pushed to the side.
You mean issues different than I brought up?
Correct. Okay. He was a little upset with how the bill was going, some other issues behind the scenes, and he just wanted to feel back in the fold. We get like that sensitive sometimes. We don't expect it to be public, but it is what it is. Here's a montage of the past relationships.
The good moments.
We're honored to be joined tonight by one of the people who is going to help us build this incredible future, and he is a truly incredible guy. His name is Elon Musk.
President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America.
We have a new star. A star is born, Elon. You know, he likes this place. I can't get him out of here. He just likes this place. And you know what? I like having him here, too. He's good. Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous...
President Trump handled this diplomatically and politically versus, you know, Elon just went out to X and started dropping these things. Like in this interview here, you know, shots were fired, but I think he handled it diplomatically, right? Because when they asked, he started out saying positive things. It wasn't just throwing stuff out there, which I think is very diplomatic. What do you think so far?
Fraud and corruption and waste.
Elon Musk said today, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. What does the First Lady think about that?
Oh, I think she'll be okay with it somehow.
If you read and believe the media, he's become one of your best friends. He's working for free for you.
Well, I love the president. I just want to be clear about that. I think President Trump is a good man.
I love Tesla.
Look forward to continuing to be a friend and advisor to the president.
I'd just like to add this. The problem between two men, two powerful men, one the richest, one the most powerful, is that Elon Musk doesn't have popularity. He doesn't have a constituency. And what he did is he's got relevance and he's got power. So if he wants to spin off, it is not like a popular politician or businessman will spin off, let's say maybe like a Jamie Dimon. They go, wow, he's got all this popularity. Elon Musk has turned a lot of people off because of his genius and his boldness. Now, the most insincere thing ever is the Democrats. Mm-hmm. The Democrats made him worse than Trump.
He's not going back.
And now they're all of a sudden praising him. He can't go there, and they don't want him. So again, they are just like the KGP story, just like the Jay Tapper book. The Democrats go, what do I do with this? What do I do with this?
Well, they try to take every opportunity, and they feel like they can just bury the hatchet and somehow they can change the narrative. I don't think that's going to happen in this situation. You set all his cars on fire. You've been asking people to boycott his company.
Trump and Musk just nuked the internet with a brutal feud, and now they're jumping on a call to patch things up. Is Musk still an ally or a threat? Which side are you on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and keep your radar locked in here. Until we meet again, stay informed and engaged. Have a good one.